Hey everyone, welcome to your favorite channel Learn English with Priyanka Chaudhary. Here I provide you space to learn English in the most fun and simple way. Today I am super excited because we are starting a brand new grammar series. Yes, a complete journey where step by step we will master English grammar together. But before I proceed further, let me ask you this question. Have you ever felt confused while speaking or writing English? Maybe you are like, why is this word here? Why does this sentence sound wrong? Well, the secret lies in grammar. And grammar starts with the very basics, that is, parts of speech. So, today, on day one, let's break it down, understand it clearly, and practice together. So, guys, are you ready to learn parts of speech? Let's dive in. Let's begin hitting this topic with understanding what is parts of speech. So, simply, if I'll tell you in simple words, then parts of speech are the categories into which words are divided based on the role they play in a sentence. For instance, whatever we speak, if we want to deliver a speech, what we do? We need some words for that, right? And then we compile all those words together and then it makes sense, right? This is how a speech is given with the help of words. And then we have to group them together so that it makes sense. Now, each and every word that I am speaking even right now belongs to a certain category in English grammar. And that particular category from which the words belong, that is parts of speech. So I hope now you got the meaning of this term, the very topic, parts of speech. Or you can understand this in this way. Think of it like a movie. Every actor in the movie has a role. Like there is a hero, then villain, comedian, and the other actors. Similarly, in English, every word has a specific role to play in making the sentence meaningful. So, those roles are called parts of speech. So, now we got this really well, that what is parts of speech. Now, there are 8 main parts of speech, and we are going to break them down in the very simplest way. So, let's just start with the very important parts of speech first. So, the number 1 is noun. The very first parts of speech is noun. Now, what is noun? So, this one is pretty straightforward and easy to understand. A noun is a word that represents a person, place, anything, or an idea. Like a person, if you think of the words like the teacher or the doctor or student or Priyanka Chaudhary, person. So all these words are noun. If you think of the words like book, phone, car, table, computer, so these are things and you are naming the things. So these all are noun. Now, if I talk about any idea like happiness, freedom, justice, so these are some ideas. So these are also noun, the word happiness, justice. Okay. Now, if I will mention some places like if I say the word city, park, hospital, okay, or kitchen, room, so these are places and these are called noun in English grammar. Well, basically, if you let me share with you a trick that will help you understanding a noun. If you add or if you can put the word a or n or the in front of a word, there is a good chance it is a noun. For example, the dog. So dog is a noun, which is house is also a noun. Moving on to the next part of speech. This is gonna be verbs. Verbs. Verbs is something that is really essential for framing a sentence in English. Without verbs, the sentence will not make any sense. So first we did noun and then it is verb. Now what is verb? Verbs are all about actions and existence. A verb shows an action or a state of being. Action verbs are the ones like jump, watch, think, speak, talk, right? The actions. If I say she ran to the store, so the action is ran. So ran is an action verb here. Now what is the next? Next is state of being verbs are a bit different than jump, write and think and read. They actually describe condition or state. The most common one is the verb to be and its forms are is, am, are, was, were. If I am saying I am Priyanka Chaudhary, so here am is a state of being. Another example, he is a doctor. So is isn't an action verb here, but it tells us about the state of being. That is also verb. Now, verbs are the engine of a sentence. Okay, so without verbs, it's really not easy to frame a sentence, and the sentence will not even make sense. So without a verb, you don't have a complete thought. So these two parts of speech, noun and verb, are really crucial. Next up is pronoun. Now what is pronoun? A pronoun is a word that replaces a noun to avoid repetition. Think about it. If you're talking about your friend John, and it would get annoying to keep saying John over and over, like John is a boy, John is 25 years old, John goes to office, John helps me. Again and again repetition of word John really irritates us, right? So instead of saying John went to the park and John saw a dog, and then you can say he went to the park and he saw a dog. See, here you replace the word John with another word he, and that is pronoun. So there are some common pronouns in English, that is I, you, he, she, him, her, they, their, them, etc. There are multiple pronouns. Okay, remember one thing, pronouns are not names of anything. Okay, pronouns are something that we use in place of a noun. Now let me share with you the next part of speech, that is adjectives. Adjectives. So to understand adjective, what we need to understand is that, the adjectives are the descriptive words simply. They just describe or modify a noun or a pronoun in a sentence. They answer the questions like what kind, how many, or which one. So if you are answering these questions, that is most probably an adjective. Let's take the noun car, and you can now start describing it with adjectives. Like if you want to talk about car, then what would you say? You would say simply like the car is red. So the word that you used for car, that is red. So red is a describing word for car, and this red is an adjective. All right. Now if you want to say a fast car, so again you are describing the speed of the car by saying fast. So fast is an adjective. Now if you are saying there are 3 cars, you are talking about the cars again by adding a number 3. So 3 is also an adjective. So you are giving some extra information about the noun or pronoun in a sentence by adding one more word. So basically what adjectives do in sentence, they add colors and details to your sentences, making them more interesting. Here is the next part of speech, adverbs. Adverbs. Most of the people get confused understanding this part of speech. They get confused using the adjectives and adverbs. They sometimes use them interchangeably, but these are completely different. An adverb is a word that modifies a verb. The easiest way to understand adverb is that there is verb written there in this word adverb. Okay, so addition to verb, adverb. So that's what an adverb does. It modifies the verb in a sentence. It not only modifies a verb, it also modifies an adjective or another adverb in a sentence. So they tell us how, when, where, or what exact an action is performed. Adverbs often end in ly, but not always. Now, if a sentence is like this, she sang beautifully. So the question is like, how did she sing? Beautifully. So beautifully describes the verb sing here. So beautifully, and it ends with ly also. That is an adverb. Now, where, if I'm saying the cat sat there. So where is the cat sitting, or where did the cat sit? So the cat sat there. So in this sentence, there is an adverb. If you are answering the question when, and you says something like, he arrived yesterday. When? Yesterday. So yesterday tells when he arrived, and this is why yesterday is also an adverb in this sentence. So adverbs are essential for adding more context and details to your actions. Next comes preposition. Prepositions, not preposition, it's prepositions. So a preposition is a word that shows the relationship. It is a relation showing word. Between what? Between a noun or a pronoun and another word in the sentences. They often show location, time, or direction in a sentence. For example, the book is on the table. Where is the book? On the table. So on is preposition here. If I'm saying the party starts at noon. So when? At noon. So at is preposition here. So I am standing in front of the camera. In front of, this is also preposition. So words like on, in, at, to, from, with, by, they all are prepositions, and they are small but crucial for connecting ideas. If I will say that I go school, it is actually wrong. I mean, there is preposition is missing. There is no preposition in this sentence. So I must add to. I go to school, and then it makes sense. So this is how preposition works in a sentence. Now move on to the next part of speech, that is conjunctions. Conjunctions. So a conjunction is a word that connects words, phrases, or clauses. The most common ones are called the coordinating conjunctions. For example, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. You can remember them with this acronym, fanboys. Fanboys. It will make it easier for you to remember the coordinating conjunctions. Now, simply conjunctions are joining words. They join words, clauses, alright? For instance, I like pizza and pasta. So pizza and pasta, I am joining these two words with the help of a word and that is conjunction. Another example, she was tired but she kept working. She was tired, first half of the sentence, but she kept working, another half of the sentence. So but is connecting these two different sentences. So but is a conjunction here. Now we are going to hit the last part of speech, and this is interjections. Interjections, no injections, interjections. So these are the words or phrases that express strong emotions. They are often followed by an exclamation point. Exclamation point. For instance, wow, that's incredible! Exclamation. Oh no, I dropped my phone. See the emotions? And if you are saying, ouch, that hurt, emotions. So these are interjections. The exclamation mark is also there. So the words like ouch, hooray, or bravo, or alas, these all are interjections. Interjections don't have a grammatical connection to the rest of the sentence, but they do add a burst of feelings. So there you have it, the 8 part of speech. These are nouns, pronouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, pronouns, prepositions, conjunctions, and the last, interjections. Understanding these building blocks will make a huge difference in your writing and speaking. It will help you recognizing the function of every word and gives you the power to construct clear, powerful, and expressive sentences. Now let's take a sentence to understand this entire topic, parts of speech, better. So if the sentence is, my name is Priyanka Chaudhary, okay? So the word my is pronoun because my is not a name of anything. Name, the word name is noun, is verb, state of being. Priyanka Chaudhary, a name of a person. This is a noun in a sentence. This is how parts of speech work in a sentence. Here is a quick practice session now. I'll give you a few sentences and you will tell me which part of speech each highlighted word is. So you ready? Let's have a look. So the first sentence, the dog runs fast. Next, she is a smart girl. What is smart? Next, oh, that really hurts. What is oh in this sentence? And the next one, we went to the park. What is do in this sentence? Do not forget to drop your answers in the comments and let's see who get all correct. So today we learned about the 8 part of speech, the building blocks of English grammar. If you understand this, then trust me, every other grammar concept will feel much easier to you. On day 2, we'll go deeper into the first topic, noun, its types, examples, and lots of practice, so don't miss it. If you found today's lesson helpful, please give the video a big fat thumbs up. Share it with your friends who are learning English. And don't forget to subscribe to Learn English with Priyanka Chaudhary for more exciting lessons. Until next time, keep learning, keep practicing. And remember, grammar is the backbone of English. So don't miss watching any video. I'll catch you in another one. Until then, bye.